Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Walked Up DogCast without Matt Mullins and with Philip Jenkins.
Your boy Toilet Circle checking in. Yeah, what's up, dude? How you been?
Good. But I want to talk about that sweatshirt real quick. Just let me see it. It's so
You
good.
know,
You know
I
the
love this sweatshirt because back in the day, I used to really enjoy a Miller High Life, the champagne of beers,
mm-hmm. You're fancy.
G squared Banshee, the champagne of yo-yos.
Um, I don't know. Like I've had some high lifes, but not a ton of high lifes. But I just like it. I don't know. I like the mock of
Yeah,
kind of a,
for
a
sure.
different logo, and I just like that color palette, I guess. Um,
And I love a nice crew neck sweatshirt.
yeah, it's perfect for working on the farm.
Yeah, I had to just get changed a second ago. I had a different shirt underneath this, but the neckline of my shirt underneath it was like way up higher than this neckline. And I was like, yeah, I can't go on camera looking
You would
like
have
this
looked
much of a
just like that
moron.
guy from the Master of Disguise.
Yeah,
You know what
the
I'm talking about?
Turtle Club.
Yeah. Turtle, turtle. Well,
Um,
thanks for filling in. Uh,
yeah,
Matt will be back as soon as he recovers from pneumonia.
pneumonia's whooping his
But he
ass.
did give you plenty of time.
Yeah, so my phone died last night when I was like outside doing stuff, and when it turned back on, I had like six text messages from Matt.
Wait,
And they all came through right at once, and someone else happened to be calling me at the same time when those were coming through, so my phone was just ringing off the hook.
uh-huh.
And I don't know what it is, but like I can't stand when my phone vibrates. I keep it in like do not disturb most of the time because I just hate getting notifications. So when I turned it on and it vibrated like 15 times straight, I was like ready to snap and throw my phone at the wall.
Did he contact you on multiple platforms?
So he had messaged me on Discord and said, "Hey, can you fill in on Walk the Dogcast tomorrow?" And then I
Unintended.
don't, yeah, I don't know how long had gone by that I hadn't responded, and it was like 8:30 last night, so it was like cutting it close to be able to get prepared for the morning if he needed to do it or if I needed to do it.
Hmm.
So then he texted me and he was like, "Hey, check your Discord DMs."
Check your Discord instead of just saying what he wanted to say.
Yeah. And then, I'm guilty of this too, but like a lot of people will say like things in separate texts.
Hmm.
Like, hey dude, one text, check your Discord DMs, another
Yeah.
text, instead of just, hey dude, check your Discord DMs. So it's like four of them came through, and I was like, what is going on?
Goodness. Really driving Phil up the wall.
That's just another example of me being like a 90-year-old man.
The phone thing is I don't know, because like we got our phones, you're about the same as me, probably pretty close to high school, right?
Yep.
And then you're going around flipping your phone, checking text messages and just T9ing out the
Yeah.
wazoo.
Oh my God,
You didn't have
T9.
the unlimited text package, you're screwed.
Yeah, gotta wait till after 9 to hit up those text messages.
Um, and then I guess we got the iPhone, and now we know we're addicted to it. We don't like it, but it's still you just I don't know. It still rides in my pocket. Like I'm still gonna check Instagram
Yep.
25 times minimum a day.
An
When I
hour.
get up and walk somewhere, I
Oh,
check my phone, right? Like,
yeah. When the G2 team chat gets going, I'll put the chat on mute. And I'm like, I'll check this every so often.
I respect that it doesn't get going too often because let's be real, we're all grown men and we don't want a lot of text messages.
Yeah.
So it's pretty short and sweet in there. Um, but yeah, sometimes sometimes there's a couple people firing.
Usually me and Matt just being ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys can take that to your side chat. Um, So I have something for you, but now I also think it's a terrible idea because I have sandwiches, four make the cut, keep four, cut four, eight sandwiches blindly. But you're gonna have to like circle back to remembering if you liked these prior to whatever your current diet is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have, are you under one of the main classifications or no?
Of a diet?
Like, are you vegetarian, you vegan, you,
Oh, I'm vegan.
and can you explain that to viewers like
Uh,
me? No animal product?
so yeah, no animal products. It's more of a like a lifestyle than a diet because like I don't wear wool or leather and stuff like that. And I also don't eat meat, eggs, milk, honey, stuff like that. So like nothing that came from an animal do I consume if I have
Consume or
like
use.
yeah, consumer use in any fashion.
Right. So
But
you,
like if
that,
somebody was to just eat like no eggs, milk, meat, then
then
that
it's
would be like a
vegetarian.
plant-based diet.
Okay.
If they were still like, yeah, I don't care, I'll wear a leather jacket or like wool socks.
So that means 100% you are in for the conspiracy because it hasn't been proven true yet that oil did not come from dead dinosaurs. That is false. It is not a limited item, resource. It's natural from the earth. It did not
I
come from
mean,
rotting dinosaurs.
that's like a
Well, you wouldn't,
another thing entirely.
you can't be using gasoline if you think it came from the dinosaurs, right? This is
I
my way to
guess,
circle
yeah.
in this conspiracy that, yeah, we got lied to. It's not from dead
I've
dinosaurs. There's
never heard of that
absolutely no
conspiracy,
way.
dude. I've
Think about it. How, like, there's no way it came from that. It's a natural resource from the earth that the earth makes.
I don't know, like to be honest, I don't know a lot about oil, where it comes, like how it's actually anything that's involved with
Go way
mining
back in there. There's that
oil.
like old textbook.
Well, yeah, I know that it
Shows the
like
earth and it shows a big circle and then it has the dinosaurs like decaying into the earth, creating this oil deposit. There's no way that
yeah.
happened. And whoever thought of that to lie to us, Mr. Rockefeller, Shemini, like
So
that's where you went was, oh, it's from the decayed dinosaurs and it's limited.
what that brings up a good point. You know, I do enjoy a nice conspiracy theory.
Hmm.
I'm not like I've never heard of that one personally, so I
This
don't
is a
know.
pretty
I
new
mean,
one making its rounds.
um, but do you ever have like a friend and you're like, hey, what? Maybe this is just me being weird, but I'm like, hey, what's your main like conspiracy theory? And two of my friends are like, what do you mean? I don't have conspiracy theories. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have conspiracy theories? You just believe everything?
Yeah. And I mostly
Well,
that's
I
like
can't
my wife.
remember what. I
But
had one that was so rip off. I can't remember it now. That I like brought up to them and I was like, this is a conspiracy to do whatever.
this is not good radio without knowing what the conspiracy was. But I
Yeah.
would say that I more likely than not believe the conspiracy theory of whatever one you want to send my way. I'm probably going to believe it outside of flat Earth.
Not on board with the flat Earth.
No,
I'm not on board with that one. I've never been a big flat earther.
but other than that, I'm probably in on most. Um, so do you want to do the sandwich ranking still?
Yeah,
Well,
that's fine.
not exactly a ranking.
Keep four, cut four, you
Keep four,
said?
cut four, but yeah, it's going to be cut a lot.
I
What's
mean,
a
you
sandwich
knowing
look
you,
like for
you
you?
probably have some bad sandwiches in there. So
No, no, no. All right, so keep four, cut four. Brought to you by.
this DJ Merritt on the hunt for an AL7 herdsman. So DJ
Ooh.
Merritt's son is a young, up and coming competitor. and he has chosen the AL7 herdsman as his yo-yo of choice when he's
Mhm.
shredding the competition scene as a 7-year-old. And yeah, they're
Smart
trying
choice.
to find him a backup to bring on stage with him because he's only got one. So
Yeah, that's tough. I don't even have any, so I can't help him.
yeah.
More coming from Anno, but the first batch was a rush batch, so that's all we had was those first two colors.
But yeah, would like to find Yo-Yo Cool, which is his like stage name, which is pretty sick. A stage backup herdsman.
Like Tentacool, Yo-Yo Cool.
Yo-Yo Cool.
Yeah, it's like Tentacool,
Oh,
like a Pokemon. I
yeah,
don't
maybe that's where it came from. I never thought of that.
know. All right, keep four, cut four. Thank you, DJ Merritt, for sponsoring the podcast. First one up, the Egg McMuffin
That's a keep. That sandwich is a banger.
with the ham, right? Or Canadian ham,
Whatever is on
whatever they
there.
call it. Yeah. Italian sub.
So what would be on an Italian sub?
So to me, the Italian subs like um, ham, pepperoni, salami, maybe some of those other Italian meats, and a cheese,
No,
lettuce,
it's a cut.
oil. It's like a cold cuts without the bologna.
Yeah. I mean that sounds like it would be a good thing. I was just never like that would never be a sandwich that I chose.
So I guess if I would go to Subway a long time ago, it'd be the spicy Italian. But the hard part for me is I don't like the oil and vinegar they'll put on it, so I haven't found the proper sauce for this sandwich. So I'm
Yeah,
on
that's
board
a cut for me.
with the
I'm
cut.
not giving that a keep
Mhm.
spot.
Now, the gyro. Does this count as a sandwich? Depends on what kind of bun you put it on, right?
What doesn't go on a bun, it goes on a pita.
But you could also kind of put on a bun. Think
Well,
of
then
it
it's not
on
a
a hoagie
gyro.
bun. But
No, that's
it's
a
a
cut.
sandwich. It's a sandwich. It's a cut?
Yeah,
Okay. Philly cheesesteak. That was the next step here from a
that's
gyro.
a keep.
That's a
Yeah,
key. All right, so you got egg McMuffin, Philly cheesesteak, PB&J.
100% keep.
Now, do you have any variations of the PB&J that are just next level?
Peanut butter and fluff.
Yes, the McFluffer.
That's like an unreal sandwich. And especially if the bread is like you just toast it like a little bit.
Okay, so I was going to say grilled peanut butter and jelly's up there. Have you ever done that? Butter that bread
Or
in
with
garlic.
French toast as the bread.
Now you're getting a little fancy, but yeah, but you might need some syrup. Peanut butter and honey is up there.
I've never been a big fan of honey. So lately, because I'm some sort of hippie living off the land, in my garden I grow strawberries and jalapenos. Then I make strawberry jalapeno jelly,
Hmm.
slap that on a PB&J, so you get a little bit of
Yeah.
spice coming through with that sweet. Elite combo. I'll have to send you a jar of
Now,
jelly.
you don't like honey, but nothing from animal products, whether it's cruel or non-cruel, right?
Yeah, so my standpoint is that stuff, like I don't have a right to take that stuff
Okay.
because they're making it for whatever purpose. You know, bees, they're making honey, it's their food for the winter or whatever. Sheep are making wool to keep their bodies warm. Cows are making milk for their baby calves, that sort of thing. Um, and then plus I've just never really been a fan of honey.
Okay. I guess I don't know what honey was actually for, but
Well, so, through
that makes sense.
hundreds of years of evolution and
Training.
whatnot, they're making more honey than like they would typically need to make
Hmm.
years ago to feed themselves. So it's like there's kind of an excess. So
I got you. All right. I didn't mean to dive too deep into your personal eating habits and use habits. Now, what if so with the wool of a sheep, you do shear your sheep, correct?
mhm.
So then,
What do I do with the wool?
yeah.
I stuff it in the walls of their hut.
So it's used for them, not for you.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then like, birds take some of it and whatnot. But
Yep.
Majority of it I just put in their walls and ceiling. It's extra insulation for them through the winter.
Hmm. Okay. Grilled cheese. How about grilled cheese product?
This is tough because grilled cheese is obviously like an all-time classic sandwich.
And I don't know if you get the tomato soup with it or not.
Even so, I had a grilled cheese not last night, but the night before. No tomato. No, it was last night. No tomato soup, just raw dogged grilled cheese.
Hmm.
Banger. But
Wait a minute.
what if you
What are we
come
using
through
as the
with
cheese?
um well, it was like vegan cheese, so it's like, I don't know, coconut milk based or something, but I used a mix of cheddar and mozzarella style.
Yeah, no, that's what I was curious about. Because like if you look at the cheese slices, some of them are cheese, some of them are cheese product. I have no idea what that cheese product
Yeah, I don't know
is.
what cheese product is.
Yeah, I don't know what's used to make it. Like it's like Velveeta. It's shelf stable. So what is that?
Yeah, but all it takes is like the slightest little breath of warm air to melt that Velveeta.
Hmm. It has a weird taste, but I'll take a little bit of Velveeta mixed with some
What about
good cheese.
spray cheese?
No, that's the worst. The main
I
shower
used
of
to enjoy
cheese.
spray cheese in college. I'd get pretzel rods and then spray cheese. My
I have
roommate
done
hated
that.
it.
I don't really like that I've done it, but yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
what do you use as your butter?
Imperial margarine,
And margarine? What is margarine?
just like vegetable oil, pretty much.
What's
With
vegetable oil? From squeezing vegetables?
dude, I don't have a clue. Squeezing dinosaurs, I guess.
Yeah, that's a Bronchiosaurus right there.
A broccoliosaurus making that vegetable oil.
Um, Cheeseburger.
I got to keep the grilled cheese. I can't risk you coming through with that last sandwich being some absolute
Well, I mean, I
doo
think
doo.
you're good with you've got egg McMuffin, Philly cheese, or so you okay.
I'm
You're cutting these next two because you've gone egg McMuffin, Philly cheesesteak, PBJ, grilled cheese. That's four.
Oh, so there's two left.
So grilled
Yeah, whatever.
cheeseburger
I
you're
gotta do it.
cutting, and
Huh?
what'd you say?
What's the cut?
Cheeseburger you're cutting.
Yeah, I
You've
got it.
already cut Italian sub and gyro. And so cheeseburger was next. You already got to cut it. And BLT you're going to cut.
Mm. So yeah, I mean, if I knew all of the choices,
It's
I would
blind.
not.
That's the point.
Yeah. So my true ranking of those, like the four that I kept, would be PB&J, grilled cheese. No, PB&J, McMuffin, burger, and BLT.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm in on that, but I don't know. I'll take all eight of those. I didn't put one on there. Maybe the Italian sub's the worst, but I'll take the rest for sure.
Yeah. Um,
You ever make a pizza McMuffin?
Pizza McMuffin? No.
So you
But I
take
made
your
a pizza grilled cheese.
egg McMuffin, chopper in half, sauce, cheese, toppings, put it in the toaster oven or the regular oven. Go, you gotta try
So sauce, cheese on an egg McMuffin?
it. Well, just on the
An English muffin?
English muffin, yeah.
Oh, like a pizza bagel, but with an English muffin.
Yeah, it said yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm picturing that you took an
A
egg
pizza
McMuffin
muffin
from McDonald's
and dipping it
and
in
just
pizza
put
sauce.
sauce and cheese on it. I'm like, that's weird, dude.
Mm-mm.
Pizza grilled cheese is a good one.
Yeah, we call that a pizza bob here in Ohio.
The Bob?
A pizza bob. That's what it was on the lunch menu. You
Hmm.
liked pizza bob day.
Yeah, I'll take a piece of Bob.
Pizza bob. Yep, they because then they were just made on the big stainless steel trays and just in the oven, not like grilled and flipped.
Yeah, just baked.
So more like the toasted baked. Yeah.
School lunches, what a classic. They used to just literally serve us, like breadsticks with cheese and then a carton of milk and say, "Yep, all right, now go play dodgeball."
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's rough out there for the school lunch. Like,
What is it these days? Is it like the same type of thing, or did they? I
Um,
know like Michelle Obama was trying to get school lunches to be better.
it's the price and quality of like the price and volume, and then how many like because if you're going real food, you got to have like real cooks
Hmm.
becomes an issue. Um, we had somebody try and like, and they you pushed it through our local schools for like healthier breakfasts, but then you do all that work, and then it's the two kids that eat it that aren't allowed to eat regular breakfast. So unless it's like your only option,
Hmm.
you know what I mean, then the kids aren't going to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
But school lunches are pretty much very much the same. So you're always going to have a chicken nugget day or a chicken patty day. You're always going to have a pizza day. The fan favorite in the Gross household when I was growing up, and now for my kids, nachos, beef, and cheese. So it's just like a cheesy,
Yeah.
not cheesy and beef and nachos. Um, they do cheese sticks with marinara sauce, grilled cheese tomato soup. Yeah, not a lot of real meat or like vegetables going on. I think they always have the choice for a vegetable. Maybe it's always green bean or corn. Like those are the two. Like we can get these in bulk, and this is what you can have: green bean or corn
Yeah.
today. And then I think usually maybe a fruit cup, but they do have the milk carton then as well. Um, Fridays are donut mornings. They do
Donut
breakfast
mornings. Oh
sandwiches,
my
which is
God.
pretty cool. But my favorite thing growing so in study hall, we would have a study hall period, and if the cafeteria was open like before or after, we would get just a little baby loaf of bread, like fresh out of the oven, and you would pull it apart and dip it in nacho cheese sauce. And that
Dude,
was what
warm,
happened. That
freshly
was the
baked
start
bread
of
is,
America's obesity problem.
yeah,
Like it's
started right
straight
there in
from being
Ohio.
8 years old, you're just getting fed trash.
Bread and cheese.
And once you start eating that, there's no way I'm going back to eating anything that's remotely healthy.
Yeah.
Like once your
I gotta taste
receptors
of the
and
good
taste
life.
buds
I'm
have
not,
hit that,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's like, it's like when you throw a herdsman. You're like, once I throw this, there's no way I'm throwing that mongoose.
Yeah, you can't go back. It's just a different level. And I'll jump the fence both sides. Like I'm gonna agree with you 100% right here. Give me the herdsman all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Um, but when Matt's on the podcast, I might say something else.
Trash.
But know that this is my real thoughts on this podcast.
Uh-huh. And then you tell Matt, this is my real opinion.
Hey, I can say what I want to say, but
This
me,
my conspiracy theory is Jake actually likes the herdsman better than the mongoose.
hey,
And
conspiracy
that one's
theories
true.
are almost never proven wrong. Just flat Earth, I think, is the only one. It hasn't been proven wrong. What's up with that, like base under Antarctica? You don't know
Where
about
are
that
you
one either?
getting these?
Just man, I don't know.
Reddit slash
Maybe Discord. I'm
conspiracy?
gonna start up. So the issue with the conspiracies is you can start to sway back into the political realm, and then the
Hmm.
political realm is just not gonna breed a good community that we have going there. It doesn't matter how many reasonable people you have. Like once you're kind of like on a almost on a side, you're not gonna change no matter what the other person says or what you say, right?
Hmm.
But conspiracy theories that are non-political, that's a fun thread. We're gonna start that up today.
I've never heard of the base under Antarctica, dude.
Yeah, there's like a whole village with the elites. And whether the elites are actually people or if they are some sort of
Lizard?
alien, well, shapeshifter. Lizard people does go down that way, but more like a shapeshifter. They can teleport. So you get some of those video footage with like they went real back to their shapeshifter and then back to their human real quick. You know, yeah,
Never seen these.
you're
Is it like the video footage of Bigfoot
no,
or Nessie
it's better.
or UFOs?
It's better. But like now, like you can make anything with the new AI videos. Like
Yeah,
those are
exactly.
like legit,
Deepfakes.
legit now. Um, yeah, so conspiracy theories, I'm gonna start that thread. Have to keep it non-political, non. You also got to keep it out of the like. There's certain. It gets dark too, right?
Yep.
So keep it out of there. Speaking of the deep fakes, like there's yeah, we're not even going to go down the deep fake road right now on the Walk the Dog cast. So
I'm gonna make a deep fake of Matt saying the herdsman is better.
that'd be pretty good. I wonder how much the subscription is to the new Google Video one. It might be worth a free trial.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll save that. Um,
You I've got another way to roll down my questions for you for the podcast unless you have something you want to hit or question.
um, no, I'm all right.
You all right?
Yeah, well, I had a like a blind five, but it's all right. I don't want to take us down a rabbit hole.
Let's do it. Because mine will circle us back to yo-yo pretty easy.
All right, so blind five is like instances of a beer. You know what I mean? Like, well, I can't give you an example because it'll be on the blind five, but
So blind five related to beer.
mhm.
So it's
You
gonna
ready?
be beer, cheese, beer, bread. Go for it.
Uh, like right after you mow the lawn beer.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I'm gonna rank this pretty low.
Hmm.
The idea of it is awesome because then you sit on your back porch, crack a cold one, and just enjoy that masterful stripes you just put on the lawn. And it just looks good. It smells good. I like everything about it, except for in the gross household, I'm almost always rushing to mow the lawn and then get out the door. So I'm gonna rank that four. The after the lawn mow a four. Or I'm mowing it at like 11 a.m. and I don't want to cash the whole day already.
That's valid. Okay. Next one is like a parking lot beer, whether it's before a Browns game or a Breaking Benjamin concert, like a tailgate
Yeah,
beer.
I mean, yeah, a pregame beer, event beer, not at the
Hmm.
event, but prior. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna go three. I'm gonna go three. I like it, but you're not really enjoying that beer. You're slugging that beer.
What
You're
depends
drinking
on the
that
vibe of the
beer.
pregame.
Yeah, well, I'm going
So
with
there's different like vibes of pregame tailgates because it's like if it's before a football game, it's like a whole thing. If it's before a concert, it's not really as like big of a thing. You're just like, yeah, we'll meet up a little while before and like pregame a little bit and then go into the concert,
yeah.
right?
So what I'm doing is I'm going down the event that this would be for Jake currently.
Hmm.
So if I'm going to the Browns game, I'm gonna have Jonah.
That's
So
true.
it's maybe a beer and you play a little cornhole. But we're
Hmm.
probably actually not even going to the tailgate because you can't be trusting anybody around your kids, basically.
Right.
Because they
You got to go to a specific like parking lot area where it's like more family friendly tailgate
yeah, and
going.
it's really it's there's not a whole lot of tailgating that's family friendly around a Browns game because that's mostly grown.
Sickos. Nobody would want to go to a Browns game unless they're a sicko.
Well, I was just gonna say like that's like grown men that are avoiding the responsibilities for the day and
Painting their chests orange.
they're 8 beers deep at 8 a.m. So you got to steer clear away from there. And then the concert, I'm usually rushing it, right? So I get there, so it's I don't know, it's not like I get there 4 hours early, listen to the whole discography or however you say that word. You know what I'm talking about?
Discography.
Spotify. And yeah, and you play all of them like you're there for 4 hours beforehand listening. Like you could do that, and that'd be a different experience than what I'm doing. So yeah, three. Parking lot beer three.
All right. Um, the next one is like a grilling beer. So like you fired
Mhm.
up the grill, you got some stuff going, crack
This
a
one
nice
relates
brew.
to me probably the most, and so I'm going to put this at two. I'm always going to have a grilling beer or a grilling sparkling water. Depends on what's going down, but I've got to have something in a can that is carbonated.
A claw?
Probably not a claw, no. I'm gonna go like if I'm going the sparkling water, it's just like whatever Kirkland's sparkling water can. Or I'm probably going a beer. It's not a claw very often.
All right. Next one is just a beer like with dinner or whatever at a restaurant.
A dinner beer, that's five.
Last one, number one,
Number one,
shotgun.
the shotgun, yes. I don't think I could shotgun a beer now. The last one I shotgunned really hurt. But there was a solid 40 for Fridays in a row that I had shotgun Friday and shotgun and beers.
Wow, we got to get
Almost a
that
whole
rolling
year.
again.
Yeah, so when COVID hit and I was working at my job, every Friday we hop on Zoom and whether we talked for a few minutes about whatever and hung out, depending on where you were at, but we all shotgunned a beer together.
That's sick. That's good team building. We
We
should
had
start doing that with the G2 team chat, Shotgun Fridays.
I mean, there was multiple different weird things. Like a guy's at a restaurant, smuggled the cores in his pocket, gets down in the booth and shotguns because it's Shotgun Friday and you have to.
That's sick.
There's like stop on the side of the road and shotgun a beer, and you got to have your wife drive or whatever.
Yeah.
Shotgun Friday was pretty fun, but yeah, I don't know. Right now, it hurts sometimes. Like that's something you have to be conditioned for.
Yeah.
Try to shotgun a sparkling water and see how you feel.
Dude, shotgunning a seltzer is a very different and much more unpleasant experience than shotgunning a beer.
Yeah, and
They're
temperature
so
needs to
much
be
more
warm.
carbonated,
It's all
and then
bad.
you hit that first burp afterwards, and it's like I'm gonna pass out.
Do- So back to Shotgun Fridays, just to hear your thoughts on this. We had multiple records. Um, so we had largest beer shotgunned.
So like a pounder or like a natty daddy
Somebody
type
found the
thing.
25 ouncer. So they shotgunned a 25
That is
ouncer. They were I
savage.
forget what they were. Maybe they were the Maverick. I'm not sure. Then we had who could do the most in 10 minutes. Um, six shotguns in 10 minutes was the record.
I'd be throwing up.
Most
At minute
most
11,
weeks in a
I'm
row.
puking.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, Shotguns Friday was pretty fun. We should drop that in the the
Yeah.
G2 chat.
Yeah. Shotgun Friday. Everybody post your shotgun video
So we need conspiracies added and then Shotgun Friday before or after the drop we have on Friday.
during.
During while we're waiting
New
for the
new drop
conspiracy.
for Friday. Everybody, it's like a live drop. You can only get into it after you shotgun.
Shotgun your beer.
Yeah. So like everybody logs in and it's like, all right, go. You got a shotgun and then you try to check out.
Hmm. All right, we've got all kinds of content coming in. But beer instances, like where was the beach beer?
So I thought about that. Another one I thought about. And so I forgot about beach beer and I threw dinner beer in because it was just what came to me in the moment. Another one, I don't know if this was ever a thing for you, but a shower beer.
I've had a couple shower beers, not like I feel like a shower beer is your I guess there's two ways to go. After a long day of work, or it's usually like a pregame beer. You're
Part of
getting
the
ready to go
pregame,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Shower beer, I don't know. It doesn't do it for me the way people say it does it for them. The beach beer hits, the boat beer hits.
Boat beers, yep.
Like when you're actually in relaxation mode, those beers hit.
A Well, I don't know if you've ever had this because Ohio's like a flat wasteland, but when you climb, like hike to the top of a mountain and
Yeah,
then
I've never
hit a
had a
beer at
hiking
the
beer.
top, that's so for me when I used to hike a decent amount, and for me I'd pack a PB&J and a beer. Get to the mountain,
Yeah.
hit the PB&J, hit the beer, hit a yo-yo video, hike back
Mm-hmm.
down.
When we call it Tuesday.
Yeah,
What about like a 5K beer?
I've never done a 5K.
Like so apparently
I've done 5K beers.
After races, they have like beers for you. You get your banana and your Michelob Ultra. Um, so what time you got to be back to work?
Whenever I blocked my calendar. People have been hitting me up since like 7 in the morning. I'm like, I put my teams as offline. I was like, leave me alone. I just had an all-day meeting with you people yesterday.
Well, this is what we want to do off the rip here to end it on some yo-yo content. I want you to build your six pack, your FOV six pack live for the dog cast.
Of yo-yos I
There-
have or just
There's no
yo-yos?
duplicates. It could be anything. So you're gonna have a reason behind each yo-yo off the cuff. So it's not gonna be a perfect six pack. It's gonna be off the cuff though, six pack, whether it's sentimental value, whether it's what you're jamming right now. But you've got an FOV six and you got to fill it up. That's all you can have.
All right, I don't. So a couple of these I don't have like on me right now. They're in
Yep,
my case in my car because I was out taking some photos. But number one, AL7 Herdsman for sure.
a hundy,
It's the goat.
100%.
Number two, probably going T52.
Okay.
It's just that good. Um, three
I do think the T52 is the best yo-yo G2's made and arguably the best yo-yo out there.
out right now. So when people ask me about like how the AL7 Herdsman is, I'll use the T52 as a reference point because it's obviously like the gold standard,
Hmm.
and a lot of people have played them at this point, I feel.
It's getting there.
Uh,
It's still not, well, the price point does keep people out and the just the limitation of how many have been sold, but there's a good bit out there now.
yeah, so in my personal opinion, like the AL7 Herdsman, it's not quite at the performance level of the T52. I mean, it's up there. It's close.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just in a slightly more comfortable package. So it's like to me it's a better all arounder.
You think
Because
comfort in the hand or on like so I like the form of the T52 in my hand better than the Herdsman.
that's fair. I mean that
So
part's
you're
all like
saying
personal
in the hand
preference.
you like the swoop, which obviously it's
Yeah.
made for you, so it makes sense.
But yeah, so next would be Jackal.
The Jackal makes the top six. Got to have it just so different, or because you got some small pants.
It's it's fun, dude. I like the Jackal a lot. Um, next would be the Life.
Okay.
In my opinion, you know, probably my favorite mono metal is the Life. So it's comfy, it's a good performer. It's just a banger. That's four of them.
Yep, two more. And so back to the Jackal while you're thinking. Yeah, the Jackal has like like people that like the Jackal love the Jackal. So it makes
Mhm.
sense.
Got a cult following.
A little bit. Um, kind
Metal
of. I don't
Jack.
think it has like I don't think it's hit the stage where like the people that love the Jackal are like, I'm gonna get my 12 pack, my FOV 12, and collect every colorway of the Jackal, which would actually be semi easy because there hasn't been a lot released. I think maybe only like six colors. But so it hasn't really reached that point, but over time, I think there could be a small section of people that love it that much to do that.
You know what would be good is a titanium jackal
And Titanium Jackal does make sense.
or a jackal T52 if you keep that naming strategy.
So titanium rimmed.
Mm,
I think I'd rather just go full
full
tie.
titanium.
Yeah, and it also might make sense to just do stainless steel. I don't know.
Um,
Cut the price in half almost with stainless steel to almost get a similar play.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what level of people at this point are like, I'm gonna get a titanium so I can spark it versus I'm gonna get a titanium because it's like a premium thing and it looks good,
Yeah,
which you would accomplish that with the stainless.
yeah, but it's cooler to say it's titanium when so the EDC market is more just having it be titanium.
Yep,
Like even if the stainless steel and titanium played almost exactly the same, there's still going to be a market for the titanium because it's titanium.
that's true. What do I have left? Two yo-yos?
Two yo-yos, there is a plenty of options out there.
I know there's plenty of options, but
But you're down to
I'm
two. So you
going.
got a Life, Jackal, Hurdy, and the T52. I'm curious where you go with these last two.
So I've hit all the markets. Like I've hit all the
There's
things.
there's one there's one out there. Responsive.
Yeah. So
So what you're
for
saying is
me,
knowing that you've still hit all the markets.
yeah, well, for me, I'm always like, oh, responsive, that's cool, that'll be fun. And then I play responsive,
Not
and
fun.
like 2 or 3 minutes in, I'm like, this sucks. I want to do like Brent Stoles.
Get good.
You're
Play
hitting Brent Stoll
responsive.
on responsive.
No, I'm not playing a lot of responsive, but
Um, yeah, next I gotta go OG Hertzman Brass,
okay.
and then last, oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe last I'd go Respawn.
Hmm.
I
Good
haven't
to have
played a
one.
titanium respawn, so if I had, I'd probably go titanium respawn just because
That
it's
fills your
cooler.
tie
But
gap and your respawn gap. Yeah, the titanium respawn is the flex, the power play there in the sixth spot.
got any of those hanging around? Hit your boy up.
No, I thought about doing a colored order,
Of color, like
a rainbow or
multi,
a blue.
like rainbow. Yeah.
Um, and I also thought about just adjusting the design as well and then making it so it's not a pre-order thing. It's just a hey, we've got the respawn, tie respawn, whatever I want to call it,
Well, what
2032.
about what's the version or what's the variation between respawn and respawn X? Like, would that make sense? Titanium respawn X?
If I went lighter, I'm not sure if I'd want to go lighter or heavier. So yeah, it goes respawn, respawn light, then respawn X. Kept getting lighter and lighter and lighter as playing more responsive. I liked it lighter and lighter. Um,
Titanium responsive Jackal. Well, I guess if you came out with the titanium Jackal, it would make sense to have both.
you
Or like
you want the
the
regular
ability to
jackal
just
and the
swap bearings and have it be responsive or something.
yeah, but if you go responsive, it needs to be the D bearing to play nicely. Like for the responsive size C kind of sucks.
So I don't like I've never had a D-bearing yo-yo. So does it really affect the play that much for unresponsive? Like the Hawk D-bearing.
To me, it plays better for the smaller diameter yo-yos. Big, large diameter yo-yos with a D bearing, I don't like the way they feel. But the smaller yo-yos for sure. So the Hawk, it kind of fits perfectly. It's fun to play them back and forth. They play how like it makes your mid-size yo-yo feel full size when it's on a D bearing. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So that's what I like. I like it with the smaller yo-yos. Like when we made the mini Banshee wide, those are size C. If they were size D, I think they'd be so much better. Like the mini Covey
Wait,
is
the
size D.
Mini
Very
Covenant's
thin.
D-bearing?
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, I
fantastic.
have that
It's really
one.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I
They're
liked that
amazing.
better than the Mini Banshee. And maybe it's because it was a D-bearing.
Yeah, I think it is. So like a mini Banshee with a D bearing might make a lot of sense at some day and age, some point, but not right now. All right, sir.
What's your six pack? You already did this, didn't you?
Yeah, I did this. If but it changes daily. So my six pack today would probably be
So you know what we need for the titanium, the new titanium respawn is a like a blasted black titanium respawn with that toilet circle engraving.
we might have different definitions of need.
Yeah, I'm looking at your case back there too. Titanium relic. would probably be interesting.
The relic whole relic project is kind of interesting with the caps and making it feel good and play nicely. Um, so I think that's going to almost be like a trophy yo-yo. It's constantly for something, like a memory yo-yo,
We
and
gotta get some
constantly changing too.
custom wood caps for the relics.
Now that would be sick. All right, I think I'm going T52, Druid, and the AL7 Arbiter X SS might always be in there. I really just love that yo-yo. So we've got those three. I'm probably gonna go Council just because I like it. That's a great reason for you viewers and listeners. Oh, it's just soft and wide and nice. So, hmm, I kind of want to put the toy in because the toy's a lot of fun. Have you played a soy? So the
No,
toy is an old school feeling yo-yo, titanium, and it tings a good bit.
I've
So
been told I'd really like the toy.
I'll probably put that in there right now. Um, the sixth one's really a wild card. And
Six man, need Lou Williams.
yeah, who do I want off the bench? Um, I'm probably gonna go loadout still.
Regular or SR?
I'm gonna go regular.
See, I like the SR better. I don't
Mm,
know why. It's
I'm
wider, isn't it?
it's wider and bigger. I kind of had the Council and the T52, which
To
it's
hit that
kind of
wider
wider
hill.
like the Council, and then it's more performance oriented like the T52. So that regular loadout just fills into a different gap for me.
That's fair.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my six pack today.
Yeah, it's a
It'll
good
change.
six
It
pack.
changes constantly, and that's why we're not limited to one yo-yo or six yo-yos. All
So
right.
I'm getting towards needing a an FOV 28 for my herdsman collection. I've
Yeah,
outgrown the 12.
and that with the whole run of AL7s on the way, that makes sense.
So what I'm actually going to do is I have a 24 and then
A 20, oh, like a different type of case?
yeah, I have a display on the wall. It's like a wood display that my wife got me. So I have a 24 and then a 30.
You're gonna need this guy.
Yeah.
You want me to send you one of those? Will your wife be mad?
She doesn't come in my office because my desk looks like a bomb went off. So I don't know. It might take her a few months to notice.
Maybe she'll just think that's the one she got you.
The one she got me is white.
You could paint that. Real
Um,
easy.
but yeah, I'm almost to the full to date herdsmans that have been released.
Because you were missing. Wait, you have all the colors?
Well, I don't have the two from the most
So
recent
those
AL7
are in the mail.
Patreons. Nice. And then so I'm just missing Barry Storm and Blackout,
Okay.
which I think I know where some are, and I have duplicates of other colors, so I could try to convince the person like, hey, you're still gonna have a herdsman. I'm just gonna have the color I need
Mm-hmm.
for my wall
So you should be
display.
sponsoring the DogCast.
That's like nepotism.
Phil's looking for the
I don't
Black
need to sponsor it because I can just segue into
Herdsman
things like
and the
this.
Barry Storm Herdsman. That Barry Storm is good.
Yes, in my opinion, one of the better Barry Storm
Yeah, like it's right up
executions.
there with the Barry Storm that's coming on tomorrow.
Intel dropping.
Yeah, I guess they could know, but yeah, the Barry Storm Nessie 24 is dropping tomorrow after this is posted, and it's the perfect Barry Storm. The storms, there's always an up and down, and this is the proper amount of different shades and wash.
Nice. That's hype. I was just playing one of my Nessie 24s the other day. It's good. I never played the original Nessie, so
It's
I
much
can't
better than
compare
the
that, but
original. It
this is
keeps the
good.
original like in mind, but this is like almost in the same package, but what you get after whatever it is, 12, 15 years of design experience.
Love
So not a
that.
lot of big changes, but it makes a change in the yo-yo.
Like interior changes,
Hmm. Under the
performance, up in the performance. You
under
tweaked
the
it,
hood,
gave it an
same
overhaul.
same same body.
Up the engine.
Hmm. All right, herdsman on three.
Yeah, one, two, three, herdsman.
Herdsman. Thanks,
Later,
Phil.
dude.